But then I'm not gonna get mad at you. I'm just gonna cut you off. You see what I'm saying? Because you people at the end of the day, it's about self.
Yes.
Because you're gonna do what's best for you, and even though that person might made you mad, but at the end of the day, they was doing what's best for them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when they're doing what's best for them, you might not approve it. That's why I posted the other day, never apologize for something that you really want to do.
Okay.
Because that's what you really want to do.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? You can't make me apologize for something I really, really want to do.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But that's what happens when you get into a relationship or friendships, or you look at your partner like you supposed to be God.
Yes.
And the queen and the king, and if they don't do something right, you're so devastated. But they're human.
Exactly.
But you don't realize that until you get older. Like, you know, like I got uncles that was like players. Like they was just fly, had all the girls. Runs in the bloodline. But the women didn't realize until they turned 50 why all the women liked him. They be like, man, your uncle was a fly joker back then. But when they was 25, it was like, I can't stand him. But when they got 50, they was like, he was the flyest dude. He know how to talk. He know how to this. But you don't realize until you step back. Because when you become an adult, you start realizing, this when you know you're an adult. When you start taking your own blame. Like, you know what? I did do that wrong. Because if you notice, everybody points the finger at somebody else.
Yeah.
But that's an excuse of failure.
Yeah, but I mean, if you notice, like when you point at somebody, one finger's pointing at them, but three's pointing back at you.
Right.
So
because you got to think about when you look at every day, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and be happy with you.
Who you are, yes.
You see what I'm saying? The decision you made last night, can you still wake up in the morning and look at yourself in the mirror and like, I'm cool with that? And like I said, you're going to go through heartbreak. That's why, like I said, be having daughters. Like,
because they're going to get that back.
Because you got.
Do you believe that?
Yeah.
Do you believe that everything you did in your past going to come back?
No.
In the sight of your children?
No, not at all. Because this one thing about life. If you got good health, all the choices you make is up to you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like this person, don't be around that person.
Okay.
You don't like your job, change your job. These are your choices.
Yeah.
So for when people say, oh, wait no karma, like, what did you wait for? Because you put so much energy and worried about what the other person going through. Because I never not once seen like somebody like break up with somebody and really wish them well for real.
I have.
Like,
I'm one of those. I am one of those. I just did that.
I'm talking about like, we still cool. See what, like me?
I know her. I know one person.
I am her.
Okay, look, this what it is. Right?
But you know, I'm not the average chick though.
Yeah, but look,
so I don't really count it.
But this is what I'm saying, right? Have you ever dated a girl and she became on the Beyonce? Like she became Beyonce? Like I never like dated a girl and then when we broke up and like 5 years later you like she's a power attorney.
So what you gonna do? I got less than 365 days.
No, I'm just saying like.
Oh, we don't count. It was like 9 grade.
You see what I'm saying? Like you know, I'm that to them. You see what I'm saying?
Very true.
I'm that to them. So it's just problems. You see what I'm saying? So like I say, in life, and like I say, social media makes it no better because they follow you. There's girls I haven't seen in 10 years and they still know everything about you.
Yeah.
And they want to know. But that's what they
see, back then when we were younger, it was so much easier. Now it's just like more dramatic.
But you know, it brings more pain.
Yeah,
because
the
like if
new
you
generation.
Like I said, if you break up with your girl right now, and then later on she at the club on Snapchat or Instagram, you're looking. See, back in the day you couldn't see, so it wouldn't hurt you. Out of sight, out of mind.
That's true.
I can see it. Because I be asking people like, why do you go to my page? You're just making yourself hurt worse and worse and worse. And why? Like, are you trying to kill yourself? Like, what are you doing?
Are you trying to kill yourself?
No, for real, because they're looking. They're just watching. What? Like, why? And then you got to think about life.
No, well, you know, not besides because it makes them sad, but it also kills them because let's say that they wanted to destroy you. And you out there having fun and smiling and becoming better. So if you think I'm gonna be down, you want to step on me, bro. Like I'll show you how it is.
That's what I teach my kids. Because this thing, me and Sonny talked about this yesterday, right? Now my daughter's 16. Snapchat is God,
right?
But look, this the whole mentality. Snapchat, you watch other people's life all day.
Yeah.
You're losing your life watching theirs. So won't you be so dope to make people watch you? When you look at celebrities, they have 5 million followers.
Mm-hmm.
They follow 100 people. Why? Because you're supposed to watch me. People watch Snapchat. You follow 1,000 people. That means you know how long it takes to go through 1,000 people's Snapchat.
I don't barely go through 5.
To be honest, I don't have Snapchat.
Shout out to all my friends and my fans that's on my Snapchat that I don't go look at y'all snaps anymore. I be too busy.
But like I said,
try to look at.
but like I say, you're supposed to be so dope that they follow you.
Yes, they
because
do.
you're losing your life watching them. You just sit
But
there.
I mean, at the same time, you got to be humble as well because, like I said, I'm nobody trying to become somebody. Is doing entertainment stuff like that. I appreciate everybody that's been following me since since MySpace and stuff like that. Even the new people that's jumping in the ride with jumping in the train with me. Especially since I lost my mother, I saw lots of people like hey thank you so much and stuff like that. I was selling bracelets. And before I was selling them, there was this girl I've never met before. Like it was just on Facebook. Her name is Jessica. I'm not sure if she's listening to this. Shout out to you. She would message me. How you doing? I lost my parent. I lost my parents too, and I wish you the best. And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna buy you bracelets. She buy 8 of them because she wanted to give it for Mother's Day for her aunt. And I literally wrote my first fan letter to her, appreciating, thanking everything. So it's some people I understand what you're saying. It's very true because you do lose your life because some to be honest, especially Facebook Live, I've seen so many stupid things that people do on Facebook Live. Especially right now, it's even getting crazier. People are killing people on Facebook Live, and it's just it's just a crazy, I seen some crazy stuff. I want to comment, but I'm just, But
now you gotta look at this. Now look what you just said, right? Your fan wanted to support something that you were doing.
Mm.
So she's a fan. See, it's workers, and then there's bosses.
Mm.
It's celebrities. Like when we go watch a movie, you're not an actor. If you are, either you're watching the movie to study or you're a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you are the person. My daughter is the person.
Exactly.
So instead of you watching everybody's life, keep being that person and make them follow you. So your business grow, your mind, instead of just watching somebody sitting on the toilet saying,
No, but at the same time, you gotta give them a reason to follow you. Don't just because it's and I'm not disrespecting anybody. I'm not gonna say names or anything but like that. But if you're just gonna say stupid things or do dumb stuff or just to get people's attention, so people follow you, I was like, okay. But if you give them a reason, what was it? Especially 2015, I used to be so positive, and I changed. Lots of people told me I changed, and I lost my gentleman ways. And I posted on Facebook, which you saw it. I was like, with the thoughts of being a gentleman. But I don't want to change the subject. Going back to the subject was, give them a good reason to follow you. Be positive. Be like, hey guys, it's a beautiful day. Don't let nothing bring you down. And even if they see you sad, you're like, you know what? I'm sad today, but hey, tomorrow's a brand new day.
And see, that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm telling you because she has her own clothing line.
Nice.
You see what I'm saying? So you got this going on, and like I tell you got friends that follow you. Do it the right way.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, when I was younger, my friends I always stood out. So everybody always wanted to be around me, but we were doing the wrong things. Now that I'm older and smarter, like I tell my nephew, don't do this. I just wrote a song about this. You don't have to do this. But if you did decide, these are the consequences to this. But you don't have to do this.
Right.
Like I told him, do me a favor. You go to college, you keep your nose in your books. I'll teach you street knowledge without you being in the streets. Just so you got the best of both worlds. You don't have to touch it or do anything wrong, but I give you the game. Just promise me you stay your nose in those books.
That's
it.
You see what I'm saying? So it's a different. I had nobody do that. I went and learned on my own. I raised myself. You see what I'm saying? Like you said, you lost your mom. I lost my mom a year and a half ago on New Year's Eve. You see what I'm saying? So I know the feeling. And then plus I never had a dad. So it's like
same here.
So the thing is with my kids, I'm going all out. You know what I'm saying? We going off the bridge with this one. You see what I'm saying? And people, that's why I say when you put your only thing promised to you is your kids.
That's right.
It's the only thing. Ain't no man, no woman, whatever you like. If you like men, whatever it is, they're not promised to you, and that's why you be so hurt. That's why you'll see some women be so hurt over the dude, they forget about the kid.
And then when they break up with the dude, what they say?
Girl,
when they break up with the dude, what the girl say? I'm about to get my life together and get back on track with me and my kids, because don't nothing really matter but me and my kids.
Because you're so focused on the other person.
But you forgot about your kids.
That's just like, I always used to be fair, and she know this. Like, if a girl liked me so much, I'd be like, dude, focus on your dreams. Because you're going to mess up doing what you're supposed to be doing, trying to worry about what I'm doing. Be a star. Whatever you set out to be, go be that. Because I know how it is. When you start liking somebody, and you might love them, you start not doing what you were supposed to be doing. And only a good person, man or woman, will keep you on that path of what you're supposed to be doing. But a lot of people are selfish.
Yes.
And be like, I don't want you to do that. I don't want, because you got to think about, just imagine if Michelle Obama was selfish. We would have never had Obama. She had to share her husband with the world.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But she had to be woman enough to do that. See, that's what I be saying, like, when I see you post about women having their stuff together, see, it's a difference. Women that think because they got a job and a car, they got their stuff together. It's like, no! Brag about something that you don't supposed to have. You're grown. You supposed to have an apartment and a car or a house. Brag, show me something that you don't, that the average person like. So it's like, I don't like dudes that brag about Jordans. The dude at Walmart got Jordans too. They work at McDonald's or don't even have a job. You got to show something that the average person ain't.
You know, funny that you mentioned it, and there's some guys that it's like that. They could tell you any brand of the Jordans, but they will forget the date of the birth of the baby.
Right, but you got to think about
That's
it.
true.
But so nowadays, you got to look at it, right? You turn it into a career. If you like shoes that much, go start a sneaker thing on YouTube.
Right.
Like, you can turn it into a check. Anything you're doing, you can. Like, we talked about this before she started doing this. She always liked to talk. She always had the information.
Okay, all right. All
Don't be on the radio.
right. All right. See how you did me?
Don't be on the radio.
Dang.
Don't be on the radio. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just
Be
saying,
on the radio.
I can take it. Everybody has told me that for a long time. That's why I'm here. I can talk to myself.
Be on the radio.
Well, that's me. Like, and I love writing music and stuff like that. And sometimes that's how I let my emotions out.
Same thing with me.
And then, but it helps other people too. I've noticed that I touch so many people's hearts. I've made people cry. It's like, it's just the lyrics that I'm posting on Facebook for you to read.
But it's felt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when you see, we were arguing about this. Tupac wasn't the best lyricist, but he made you feel.
Yes.
Everything.
Who's the best lyricist?
I wouldn't. If you go lyrical from that era, you'll have to go with Nas.
Okay.
You see, because Nas is better than Jay-Z lyrically, but Jay-Z make better songs. See, it's a difference. See, people don't know how to do the difference. You see what I'm saying? Like, Tupac still had one of them never made a Dear Mama. You see what I'm saying? To go that big. But you, like I say, that's how he felt. It wasn't the best lyrical song, but you felt that.
You know what's my favorite Tupac song? To be honest, like, I really don't like listen to like too much Tupac and stuff. Like, I know like the famous ones, but there could be like, oh, name a song that's not famous. Some people don't know to do that because everybody wants to be in the crowd instead of being themselves. But you know, my favorite song of Tupac, because it really got to me, was and that's like the song that I dedicated when I found out that I was gonna be a father for the first time. It was called Unborn Child.
Yeah.
That one.
That one touched you?
Yeah, that one touched me because if you listen to it, okay, if you guys heard of the song, that's me right there. That's exactly me. Where it talks about like his mom and he has to leave and become his thing and life treat him bad, but you know he has a baby coming in his way and stuff like that. You have to become better. So yeah, that's my song right there.
We got another fella to the mix, y'all.
What up? Welcome.
We got daddies in the building. Shout out to the team, daddies in the building. We're gonna talk about gentlemen when I come back. We're gonna talk about what makes a gentleman, because actually you're the only one that has girls. These fellas have boys. So I'm curious because this is what's crazy, and I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this to you. The fellas that have boys, you got to teach your boys to be gentlemen because we need them to be good for our children. I'm already taking a survey right now, taking a census on the boys, because they're boys. They're around my daughter's age, and I'm like, yeah, her boyfriend gonna have to be 8 years older. Now, right now she's 6, so I'm not excited about 8 years, because that means he'll be 24 years old. She's 16. But when she's 18, 25, her boyfriend/husband will have to be older than her. Why? Because I prepared her to be a woman and not a little girl. I prepared her to be a teenager, but she's a woman now at 16 and a half years old. So I can't have these little pity patter boys that don't know what to do, that don't know how to pay bills, don't know how to cook, don't know how to open doors, don't know how to treat a woman in her camp. And I tell her all the time, like, baby, I feel bad for you. But in events, I'm gonna tell you now, they some knuckleheads. Right now, she's shooing them off, and she's like, "Mama, how you know?" And I'm like, "I apologize that your age group sucks."
Yeah.
So fellas for the fellas, right? Look at this, I can't with you. So fellas for the fellas. Cahill's in the building. Shout out to Paradise Place. I'm sure the food's in the building. I'm getting ready to take a break just 'cause I'm trying to get a snack. So y'all stay tuned for that. But when I come back, we're going to talk about it because we're going to talk about the fact that Cahill from Paradise Place, the owner over there, Paradise Place Jamaican cuisine, authentic, and I'm only hearing rave reviews like I got an office in the back over there or something. They like, Cat, you want to know about Paradise Place? I'm like, yeah. I only promote what I like and what I know. So you over there doing what you do, which is why you was late bringing that food. We appreciate you. When I come back, I want to know. And you last because I know your life. And you have 2 girls. So I just want to know, I got questions. What'd you say? What'd you say, Cahill? What'd you say?
How did you survive it? That's what we want to know.
Yeah, right. Because they gonna be dating little royalty. Right. You like, whoa, back up off of her, Cat. I'm like, I gotta put it in perspective for you. That's why I do this show. Y'all don't even think that. A lot of men don't even realize that when they have daughters of their own, I didn't even realize my microphone wasn't on, but my voice is so loud that y'all heard me anyway. I saw it. Shout out to those who are listening like, what happened to her? She faded. She's still here. There are a lot of men with daughters or with children, but daughters specifically, that don't realize that what you are teaching your children or not teaching your children will affect them later. They don't realize that all the dirty dog stuff that you did to other ladies in your past life comes back to your daughter in some kind of way. I will say that my daddy was, now that I say this out loud, I haven't said this out loud, so this is new information. The ex tried to batter me, but I knew I was going to go to prison if it turned into a domestic. But it reminds me of my daddy beating women. Like, he used to beat them. Right. He was a pimp. He did what he did. I never really quite witnessed it, but I knew he did it. Eventually, he stopped.
But you know what the situation is, and like I tell my daughters, like, some women, y'all know it's not right. And y'all are still, like, what am my homegirls saying? Why would we be feeling sorry for them?
We do. You know what?
Wait, hold on.
Just like
y'all don't know with a person like...
I'm going live.
Like y'all be saying, oh, he had potential. Potential, like...
See, you gotta stop you right here, because you finna set us off. You hold that thought.
Yeah.
We be right back, y'all. It is Fellas Talk. And by the way, don't forget, if you are looking for promotion and advertisement, I am your girl. If you are looking for an interview, you need an interview, you need your product branded, you need a song played, you need to show up and host your event, because I'm a killer when it comes to hosting, y'all. Exactly how I sound on the radio is how I sound in person. It's a little more action there. I'm your girl. Email me at sincityheat@gmail.com. If you want to be a part of this conversation, call us, 702-778-1868. And thank you for listening. Y'all got people listening y'all need to give a shout out to real quick?
I just want to give a shout out. Sorry to interrupt. I want to give a shout out to everybody